Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of high school football here on Eagle Pass Sports Central, along with my broadcasting partner, Morris Lipson Jr. My name is Ruben Valadez, and we are coming to you live this evening from Dub Ferris Stadium in San Antonio, where the Eagle Pass High School Eagles have come in to face the William Howard Taft Raiders in the second game. Week 2 of high school football actions, both undefeated teams. Taft won their opening game last week against Clemens 28-22. And Morris, as we talked about at the prediction show, the Eagles coming off that opening victory against the Mavericks now with a tough task ahead of them here in San Antonio.
And that is what the Eagle Pass coaches told us, Ruben, in our prediction show, is they really expect this to be a really the first, a bigger test than last week, and especially because of the size. They mentioned specifically, up front, they would probably have some difficulty matching up, one-on-one. But nonetheless, Eagle Pass has been in that situation before. As we can see here, the Eagles in their white visitors uniform. Taft, of course, is red and silver, and they're in their red jerseys. And as we can see, the Eagles will receive. And
getting ready for the kickoff, Pepe Hernandez and Sebas Velasquez back here at about their 10-yard line, ready to begin. You're listening to us tonight on Eagle Pass Sports Central, on our Facebook channel, on our YouTube channel, and also on KINL 92.7. Kickoff is underway. Sean Kalanauer with a short kickoff. That's going to hit at about the 28. That's a live ball. Someone has got to get on it, and the Taft Raiders do at the 28-yard line. Sebas Velasquez came up. Again, one thing you've got to be aware of on a kickoff, it's a live ball, even though no one touches it. And Taft was ready there, pounced on it at about the 28-yard line. And Taft will be in business here to start their first drive of the game at the Eagle 27.
A little trickery there. They looked like he was going to kick it deep. Then he pulled up, and then he sort of pooch kicked it over to the opposite side of the field, and that created some confusion for the Eagle receivers. And he did come up, but he could have come up and made a fair catch.
Absolutely. Tucker Vogel, the Taft quarterback, in the pistol formation with two receivers over to the far side, split wide right. The handoff here will be to number 5. Right up the middle he goes, cuts left here to the near side at the 5, and in for the touchdown. Untouched Prometheus Elmore with the opening touchdown after that 27-yard carry, and Taft is on the board 6-0.
With just 10 seconds gone on the clock, very quickly after the turnover on the kickoff, Taft finds that running back finds just a huge hole up the middle and takes it to the end zone.
Number 36 will be doing the place kicking, the field goal kicking. That's Alex Jen, the junior kicker. And Jen with the kick up and through to make the score 7-0 with 11:50. Just 10 minutes off the clock here at the top of the ball game. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Back live with you, 10 seconds off the clock at the start of the ball game, and the Taft Raiders have a 7-0 lead. Again, back to receive on this kickoff, Pepe Hernandez and Sebastian Velasquez standing at about their own 15-yard lines. Kalauner again will kick off from his own 40-yard line, and you'll see the ball is placed there on the far hash mark. Again, a high kick, caught and muffed at about the 25-yard line by number 14, Mauricio Flores, but Flores is able to fall on it, and the Eagles will start at the 25.
Ruben, exactly a kind of a mirror image of what the last kickoff, except this time to the other side. What we can tell, though, is that the kickoff, the boy doing the kickoff is doing a really good job. He masters that.
High kicks coming in on those kickoffs. Here is Javier Barrera now, leading the Eagle offense from the 25-yard line from the shotgun. Takes the handoff. That goes to Luis Flores, and he gets brought down in the backfield, about a yard lost there to the 24.
Number 23 came in for the Taft Raiders, Roberto Aguirre, to knock his feet out from under him.
It's going to be 2nd and 11 now for the Eagles with the ball on the near hash mark. Barrera has 2 receivers on either side of the formation. They'll look over to the far sideline for the play call. Barrera's going to move Luis Flores over to his right hip now. Now gets him going in motion. Quick pass here caught by Pepe Hernandez at the 25, looking for some room. Puts up a stiff arm, gets across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A gain of 7 on that play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 4 now for the Eagles.
Ruben, Pepe Hernandez had a really good ball game last week, and of course he'll be the primary receiver for the Eagles here.
Pepe Hernandez last week with 5 catches for 71 yards, averaged 14.2 yards a catch last week in his role as the lead receiver for the Eagles. Ball at the near hash mark now. Barrera has a 3rd and 4 from there. Luis Flores on his left, diamond formation. Here comes the blitz. Barrera rolls right. He's got room to run if he wants it. He's at the 30, 35, at the 40, and will be escorted out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Barrera doing a good job. He had a blitz coming in from the opposite side of the field, looked to his right, and of course there was a lot of green there, and he tucked it and took off to get the first down.
Last week, Javier Barrera had a 282 total yards, 216 of those passing, so he can move with his legs as well. Here's a straight handoff to Luis Flores, and again, he's caught in the backfield, and he's going to lose 2 yards back to the 42.
You know, Ruben, the down 3 defensive men there are really getting some really good penetration and making initial contact right behind the line of scrimmage.
They're getting a good jump off the ball, and they're in the backfield. They've done so both times now on halfback runs. 2nd and 12 for the Eagles from the 42-yard line. Barrera in the shotgun, has 3 receivers to the top side. Drops back, looking for Pepe Hernandez down the middle of the field. That pass is caught inside the 30-yard line, and down to the 25 goes Pepe Hernandez with 10:23 left here in the first quarter. Eagles trailing 7-0, but knocking on the door.
What a great job by Pepe Hernandez. He had one-on-one coverage really tight, and had to do some acrobatic movements there to get and catch that football.
At the Taft 25 now are the Eagles. Barrera again in the shotgun. Motion before the snap. There are the flags. The whole right side of the offensive line took off a little early, and it's going to cost the Eagles here, it looks like, 5 yards.
That's an indication of what's going on there. Barrera may have to start shifting his counts, going to some hard counts, because those down 3 men are coming in awfully quick, and of course our offensive linemen were trying to pick them up early there.
Offensive coordinator Christian Garcia let us know at the prediction show yesterday this is a 3-4 lineup defensively for Taft, giving the Eagles a bit of trouble so far. Ball is at the 30 now. 1st and 15 for the Eagles. 2 receivers on either side of the formation for Barrera. Barrera drops straight back to pass. There's a pass for Pepe Hernandez. He's open at the 5 and in for the Eagle touchdown. A 30-yard touchdown strike from Javier Barrera to Pepe Hernandez, and the Eagles are on the board. 7-6 is the score with 9:41 here in the first quarter.
Ruben, you got 2 defensive backs sort of looking at each other back there and saying, I thought you had him. The truth of the matter is nobody had him.
Pepe Hernandez managed to find the seam and was open right in the middle of the field. On for the point after attempt is Lázaro Frausto. Here is the kick, up and good. And the Eagles have answered with 9:41 left in the first quarter. We're all tied up at 7 here from San Antonio. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Back with you here from Ferris Stadium in San Antonio, where we've got a tie score. Eagles 7, Taft Raiders 7. Lázaro Frausto about to kick off. We do want to thank our sponsors on behalf of our partners at Universal Media Connections, Sangar Furniture, La Villita Tortilla Factory, Maverick Auto Glass, Border Federal Credit Union, Stat Emergency, Texas Diamond Garage, Jad Harper, Saritas Tortilla Factory, Joe Ruiz and Associates, Lorena Melo State Farm, Chuch's Barbecue, and United Medical Centers. All tied up early in the first quarter here in San Antonio. Here comes Frausto with the kickoff.
And I'm wondering
there is a flag. The back judge threw a flag down here at about the 40-yard line. And it looks like some movement by the Eagles before the kickoff. And this kickoff now will come from the 45 from Frausto. 2 men back deep, 3 men back deep to receive for Taft. That's Isaiah Delgado. Here is a short kick. It will be fielded at about the 22-yard line. The return man will make it all the way to the 39. That looks to be number 20. Number 10, Angel Hernandez with the return. And again, good field position for Taft here to start at their own 39-yard line.
Well, Ruben, we're in about 9:34 left here, and we've already got a touchdown apiece.
We might have a barn burner here, partner. We'll see what the outcome is. Quarterback Tucker Vogel from the shotgun looks right. Pass is caught by Angel Hernandez at about the 35-yard line, looking for blocks in front of him. He'll come across the 45 to about the 36. That's number 10, Raymond Foster. Check that with the catch and run across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Number 10, like you said, Raymond Foster, really shifty. He got a lot of yards after the carry there.
He was the return man on the kickoff. Ball is on the far hash mark. Vogel in the shotgun is going to move. Foster in motion. Little trouble on the read there. It's a keeper by Vogel, and a good job by number 15 for the Eagles coming in and making the tackle. That's Caleb Salinas.
Timing on that thing was not right, and they actually bumped into each other. They were lucky not to have fumbled the football away, and that, of course, helped the Eagle pursuit.
And so now Taft has a 3rd and 3 from the 46-yard line. Vogel will be in the pistol with a man behind him. That's Prometheus Elmore in the backfield. A blocker on the right. Play clock is down to 6 seconds. There's the snap. Elmore with the carry, and the Eagle defense is going to be there to stop him at the line of scrimmage, the 46.
No, the Eagle defense has really made a fine adjustment after, Taft scoring on the very first play from scrimmage after the turnover on the kickoff.
And it looks like Taft is going to try to pin the Eagles deep here. Pepe Hernandez is back there at the 15. Got to be careful on a 4th and 3 that they don't try anything funny up front. But the line of scrimmage is a 47. And the number 47, it looks like, is on for the punt, Rafe Parks. High snap for Parks. He's able to bring it down. There is the punt. Hernandez is going to let it bounce in front of him, and it'll take a Taft roll and stop right at the 16-yard line. The Eagles are going to start from there.
Really good job by Pepe Hernandez, looking at that and saying, you know what, I'm going to let it bounce. And he got a nice bounce. It sort of just bounced there at around the 15, and it stayed there.
7-7 is the score. We've got 7:25 left in the first quarter. The Eagles with their second offensive possession here. Barrera in the shotgun with 2 receivers on either side of the formation. He's going to have Luis Flores on his right flank. There's the snap. Looks left, comes back left, rather. And that catch is made by Sebastian Velasquez, but he's got to basically pick it up almost off the ground, and he's able to get back maybe a yard to the 17.
Passed a little low in the shoestring catch made, but that did not give him much time to recover and get any yardage.
So it'll be a 2nd and 9 now for the Eagles. Ball is at the 17-yard line on the far hash mark. Barrera takes the snap. Here's a handoff to Luis Flores. He's got room at the 20-25 and almost slipped through that final tackle down there by number 25 for the Taft Raiders, Tristan Clark, junior linebacker. But the Eagles have a 3rd and 1 now at the 25.
With the aggressiveness of those three front men, defensive men, you keep waiting for him to knife through there and then turn on the speed.
It leaves some gaps open, and Luis Flores took the opportunity right there. Last week, Luis Flores had 72 yards and 4 touchdowns in that opening game against the Mavericks. From the pistol this time, Barrera, the handoff to Flores. He's got room, bounces it right, still on his feet at the 30, still on his feet as he reaches the 34-yard line before being brought down, but the Eagles have a first down.
The Eagles offensive coaches have picked this up. They're trying to figure out maybe from up here, their coaches up here, they're checking where they're able to run.
6 minutes left in the first quarter, all tied up at 7, and the Eagles are on the move. A drive that started at their own 16-yard line. They're at the 34 now with a fresh set of downs. Ball on the near hash mark. Javier Barrera from the shotgun has 3 receivers to the top side, and Pepe Hernandez split out wide right. Here's a keeper. Barrera's going to look for some room. Not much for him there. It's going to be a loss of 3 yards back to the 31.
Barrera trying to come right, and they strung him out, and he just didn't really have anywhere to go.
So loss of 4 yards. They're going to spot that ball at the 30, and the Eagles are going to have a 2nd and 14 coming up now with 5:20 left here in the first quarter.
Ruben, what was noteworthy there is that was a run all the way.
Quarterback sweep, trying to take advantage of the right side that Luis Flores had some success with earlier on in this drive. Ball on the near hash mark, 2 receivers on either side of the formation for Javier Barrera. Barrera will take the snap. The handoff is to Luis Flores, looking for some gaps. He's got them, bowls the man over at the original line of scrimmage, the 34. That's where they'll spot him down. Eagles are going to have a 3rd and 10 now coming up.
Luis Flores has that really low center of gravity, and once he gets moving, he'll attempt to run you over.
Big number 88 took the brunt of that bowl over there. Dakota Perkins, the defensive lineman, met Luis Flores head on. Barrera now with a 3rd and 10, has 2 receivers on either side of the formation, and the ball on the near hash mark. 4.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. There's the snap. The throw is caught. Nearly caught by Pepe Hernandez. Almost an amazing one-handed catch near midfield, but just couldn't hang on to it. And on comes the Eagle punting unit.
I'll tell you something about Pepe Hernandez. If you throw that almost anywhere near him, he almost pulled that in just with one hand.
He will bring it in. And he had enough separation from the cornerback there that he had an opportunity but just couldn't get both hands on it. Number 10, again, Raymond Foster back here to return the punt at about his own 25-yard line. 4:22 left in the first quarter. Clock has stopped on the incompletion. High snap. And Frausto has to get it off quick. Does a good job of getting that punt off. Kicks at the 40. Takes a slight Eagle bounce, then a yard back in the opposite direction before being downed at the 41-yard line.
Eagle defense having to come back out here.
4:12 left in the first quarter, all tied up at 7 in what's become a field position battle here midway through the first quarter.
Beautiful weather here. We've got a breeze. The Eagles right now have that wind to their back.
Eagles defending the north end zone here at Ferris Stadium. Here's Foster in motion. The ball will go to him. The Eagles trying to bring him down in the backfield, and he gets past the first line of tacklers and is able to get 4 yards out of that carry to the 45-yard line.
He really did a good job of recovering there. They looked like they had him strung up. He was running sideways and then finally got north and south.
2nd and 6 coming up for Taft, and it looks so far like Raymond Foster and Prometheus Elmore are the main workhorses for Taft here, at least in the first quarter. Vogel in the shotgun. He's got Elmore on his left now. Here's Foster in motion towards the near side. Vogel looks to that side. Passes Scott at the 41-yard line, at the 45. Now still on his feet at midfield is the receiver, number 1, Isaiah Delgado. And Delgado has a first down for Taft and in Eagle territory now at the 47-yard line.
Dropped that pass off over in the left flat after they put a man in motion to lead the block.
And Delgado did the rest there, finding the gaps in the coverage and getting into Eagle territory. Vogel now from the pistol has Elmore behind him. There goes Foster in motion and going to join him in the backfield. The handoff, no, it's the quarterback keeper down the sideline looking for Foster, but thrown out of bounds here on the near sideline.
Fine job by the defensive backs for the Eagles. The defensive secondary did a really good job of not, biting too far in and having him get behind them.
Flag over at about the 46-yard line on the far side of the field. They're going to pick it up, it looks like. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. The ball will remain at the 47. There it is. Now they'll put it in the right place. Eye candy, the coaches call it. All that motion pre-snap. We were seeing a lot of that from Taft, but you're right, partner. The Eagle defense has stayed true to where they need to be. Here's Foster in motion. And it's a fumble picked up right at midfield by number 6 for the Eagles. Anthony Paniagua falls right on top of it. That's the second time we've seen a bad handoff, a bad exchange between quarterback and running back for Taft.
We've seen the backfield, the quarterback and the backs, not really being in sync. And when that happens, your handoffs are insecure. But that ball, dropped right on the turf.
Fell right there, and Anthony Paniagua was Johnny on the spot to fall on top of it. The Eagles now start their drive right at midfield. Barrera in the shotgun, has Luis Flores on his left and 2 receivers on either side. There's a snap. Barrera drops straight back. Here comes the blitz. The pass is caught by Pepe Hernandez inside the 25-yard line with a defensive back all over him. It's a first down for the Eagles at the 22.
Give a lot of credit to Javier Barrera. He had a blitz coming from his left side, stepped up a little bit and threw it and took a hit. But Pepe Hernandez out there. He's a ball magnet.
And Barrera had enough zip on that ball to get it to Hernandez all the way down to about the 25. Here's a handoff for Luis Flores. He's got room at the 20, bounces right at the 15, cuts back inside the 10, and taken out of bounds as he nears the 5-yard line. That's where they'll spot him. First and goal for the Eagles at the 5.
Ruben, after what we thought was a shaky start after that trickery on the kickoff, the Eagles have really responded well.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. The 5 come the Eagles. Barrera takes the snap. The handoff is for Luis Flores. He's going to get caught in the backfield this time for a 2-yard loss back to the 7-yard line.
Good penetration by the corner there. He came in and did not allow Flores to make the cut.
We mentioned that Luis Flores had 4 touchdowns last week in that game against the Mavericks on 11 carries. This time, it's a pistol formation. Flores behind Barrera. Now Barrera will step back into shotgun. Looks right for Luis Flores, and the pass is caught and in for the touchdown. Goes Luis Flores on a 7-yard touchdown pass. The Eagles are up now 13-7 with 1:35 left in the first quarter.
Taft Raiders expecting the run, but this time they flared Luis Flores over to the right. And really, Barrera, good job of getting him the football under pressure.
Barrera's handled that well so far in this game. They've blitzed at him from all angles, and he's been able to roll out and find his targets downfield. Here is Lázaro Frausto for the point after attempt. The kick is up and good. And the Eagles now, with 1:35 left in the first quarter, have taken a 14-7 lead. Thank you for joining us on Eagle Pass Sports Central. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Here is Lázaro Frausto with the kickoff after the 7-yard touchdown reception by Luis Flores. It's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line by number 18. Spins around at the 25. He'll be brought down at about the 29-yard line. That is David Aguirre with the return and sets up Taft just inside the 30 at the 29.
But 42 for the Eagles. Arturo Hernandez made a fine recovery after the punt returner had spun off a few times, and he came and made a good open field tackle.
We mentioned it at the prediction show yesterday. This is a playoff rematch from a couple of years ago when Taft, as a 4 seed, went down into Eagle Pass and surprised the Eagles in the first round of the playoffs. But the Eagles are up to the challenge so far today with a 14-7 lead with a minute 27 left in the first quarter. Ball in the near hash mark. Vogel is in the pistol formation. He has Elmore behind him. There's a straight handoff to Elmore, who's got room before being upended right as he crosses the 30 to the 32-yard line.
Number 9, that's Christian Demasi from that we've heard from baseball fame. Comes up and makes a really nice open field tackle.
Prometheus Foster, who took that opening handoff for the touchdown for Taft, has been bottled up ever since then. 2nd and 7 for Taft. Vogel in the pistol formation. Again, hands off to Foster. Foster was bouncing right. They're going to call the play dead, and I don't know if that's an offsides on the Eagles or a false start. That's exactly what the call is against Taft. It's going to move them back 5 yards to the 27.
Those are those penalties that pre-snap penalties, as you called them a lot of times, that really hurt you because, you had a 2nd and short. Now you got a 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 robs you of the momentum, any that you might have had. Vogel's going to have a 2nd and 12 now with the ball on the near hash mark at the 27-yard line. 2 receivers over to the far side. Here is a handoff to number 1. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Eagles all over Isaiah Delgado on that carry. They're going to swarm him at the 21-yard line for a loss of 6 yards.
First question for you tonight. When do you think Taft is going to throw the football?
Well, we haven't seen much of it, right? It's been mostly run plays.
Like at 3rd and,
3rd and 18 now.
18. You think this is a passing down?
I would imagine so. And we're going to see what kind of passing game Taft has. So we've come to the end of the first quarter. We'll switch sides of the field quickly. Eagles lead 14-7. We're going to be right back.
Here we go.
We're at the top of the second quarter. The Eagles with a 14-7 lead, and the Eagle defense has this Taft offense in a difficult position. 3rd and 18. Taft now moving from left to right on your screen towards the south end zone here at Dub Fair Stadium. We were here, partner, just a couple of months back for the Eagles' first playoff game last season against Harlan here. Vogel awaits the snap, drops back. Here comes the Eagle pressure. They're setting up a screen. It's caught at the 20, and the Eagles do a good job of corralling the receiver, number 18, David Aguirre, and bringing him down inside the 30 at the 31, and that's not going to be enough for a Taft first down, and on comes the punting team.
Eagle defense had the strategy right. They needed to maybe bend a little bit. but not enough for the first down with on a third and very long.
Pepe Hernandez and Sebas Velasquez waiting at the 30-yard line for this punt. Looks like 47 with the punt. Rafe Parks takes his time. It's not a very long one, straight up in the air. The Eagles have to make sure to stay away from it, and then it takes a good Taft bounce, a couple of yards in their direction, but not much. It's going to be good starting field position here for the Eagles at the 45.
As we start the second quarter, the Eagles with a 14-7 lead, and they have the football.
We'll see what Javier Barrera and company can do on this drive. A drive that started at their own 20, at the 50-yard line, rather, at midfield last time, yielded a touchdown for the Eagles to put them up 14-7. 11:01 left in the first half here. Thank you all so much for joining us on Eagle Pass Sports Central. The Mavericks are in Uvalde tonight. We'll get you a score update from them as soon as we have it. Here's a handoff to Luis Flores. Tries to bounce right, and the Taft defense is all over him. He'll lose a yard to the 44.
So this is going to be an important drive for the Eagles here. It would be what they would want to do is, get a long drive, put it in the end zone, and get a 14-point lead early in the second quarter.
That would be ideal for the Eagles and a good position to be in, close to going into halftime. Barrera in the shotgun, has two receivers on either side of him. Luis Flores on his left on a 2nd and 11 for the Eagles. High snap. Barrera manages to get the handoff off to Luis Flores, but he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no further. So to the 44-yard line, and it's going to be a 3rd and 11 now for the Eagles.
The high snap set off the timing to that play, and I think that closed the hole for Luis Flores.
The Taft defense, again, the 3-man front, managed to plug that hole in, and Flores didn't have much room on the right side of the line. 9:56 left in the first half. Eagles up 14-7, but facing now a 3rd and 11. Barrera calling out the protection. Here comes the blitz. Flores steps up to get it. The pass downfield is caught at the 28-yard line. At the 26 is where they'll mark Zeke Vanda out. An amazing catch down the sideline as Barrera rolled to his right and let the pass go. Caught by Zeke Vanda, who had an amazing game last week too. And the Eagles have a first down in Taft territory at the 27-yard line. Quick to the line is the Eagle offense. Barrera from the shotgun with two receivers on either side of the formation. Here's a handoff to Luis Flores. Bounces right. A couple of stiff arms, and he is good enough for an Eagle first down over on the far side of the field. They're going to mark him out of bounds inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, and it's another Eagle first down. 14-7 is the Eagle lead. We've got 9.5 minutes left here in the first half, in the second quarter, and the Eagles are on the march. A drive that started at their own 45-yard line, a long pass to Zeke Vanda from Javier Barrera, and then a good run by Luis Flores has set the Eagles up here. Barrera with the snap, drops back, intended for Pepe Hernandez, makes the catch, evades one tackler, still on his feet, and he's going to get about 3 yards there to the 11.
A little pass over to the far sideline that Pepe Hernandez made a lot of. He's really quick. He actually had to come up and make the catch.
The defensive back thought he had an interception that was driving on the ball.
Right.
All of the far hash mark at the 11 now, 2nd and 7 for the Eagles, knocking on the door with a 14-7 lead. 3 receivers here to the near side for Javier Barrera, and Pepe Hernandez split out wide right. It's a keeper. Barrera looking for room on the right side of the line, and he'll be brought down after a gain of a yard to the 10. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6 now for the Eagles, who converted on a 3rd and 11 earlier in this drive. That long pass from Javier Barrera to Zeke Vanda. Vanda last week had 39 yards on 2 receptions and 1 touchdown. So he's proven a good weapon for Javier Barrera here to complement Pep Hernandez in that receiving core. Here comes the blitz. A quick pass into the end zone. It's intercepted, but there is a flag on the play. Number 3 for Taft, Ivan Lee, the defensive back that was covering Pep Hernandez, came away with the ball. But there was a flag thrown over there. There was a lot of jostling. We'll see
Double
what the
coverage.
call is here.
They had double coverage over there. And now the Eagles are clapping, so obviously that's an interference call.
It is pass interference against Taft, and that takes the ball to the 2-yard line where it's going to be a 1st and goal for the Eagles.
A really great job by the Eagle, pass catching core here. The receivers have done a great job.
Sure-handed and a good job of getting open these receivers. You mentioned that they're double coverage. Barrera kind of let that go without really looking over there in that direction, but it worked out for the Eagles on that pass interference call. Here's a handoff to Luis Flores. Right into the middle of the line he goes. You won't get much there. Back to the line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line, where it'll be a 2nd and goal for the Eagles.
Little handoff up the middle that you might be thinking here that, the Eagle offensive strategy, maybe the next one's a fake into the line and Barrera taking off to either side.
Number 90, Koi Hala is the nose tackle for Taft, taking up all that space.
Had to announce that.
Taking up all that space on the defensive front. Here's another handoff for Luis Flores. This time he gets through the line and into the end zone for the Eagle touchdown, a 2-yard touchdown run for Luis Flores, and 6 more points for the Eagles. 20-7 is the score with a point after attempt coming up.
Initial contact made on Luis Flores early, and he was able to sort of spin away from that and practically walk into the end zone.
7:29 left here in the second quarter, and Lázaro Frausto is on for the point after attempt to go up by a couple of touchdowns here. High snap. It's brought down. The kick is through, though, and good. And that'll make the score. Eagles 21, Taft 7. With 7:29 left in the second quarter, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Lázaro Frausto will be kicking off. A trio of return men back here for Taft, standing at the 10-yard line and one inside the 5. 7:29 left in the second quarter. Eagles have a 21-7 lead. It's a short kick. It's going to be fair caught by one of the upmen over on the far side at the 25-yard line. Number 20, Angel Hernandez with the fair catch there at the 25. And, partner, we mentioned it up front. The way this game started with that trickery by Taft, a quick one-play possession, right? A quick touchdown. And we thought the Eagles might have some trouble on their hands, but they've responded well.
They have. And, 21-7 lead now here, halfway through the second quarter.
Taft will start from their own 25-yard line. Vogel in the shotgun with 2 men in the backfield along with him. There is the snap. The handoff is to number 1, Isaiah Delgado, and Delgado weaves through the line and gets about 7 yards there to the 33.
Taft is trying to establish a running game. Actually, the Eagle front four have done a really good job.
And the linebackers coming in afterward to bottle them up. From the pistol again, here's Foster in motion to the near side of the line. It's a handoff to Elmore. Elmore turns the corner and is pushed out of bounds over on the far side at the 40-yard line. And it's a first down for Taft. Prometheus Elmore with the carry.
You're sounding like a movie out of the Roman Empire.
First and 10 for Taft at the 40. Ball on the far hash mark. Vogel from the shotgun takes the snap, looks left. That's where the pass goes. It's caught at the 45-yard line, and up the field goes the receiver. That's number 17, Kenyon Skelton, with the carry, and gets about 9 yards on that, just shy of a first down at the 49.
Eagle defense, here's a good time to step up. If we can stop this drive, get the football back.
2nd and 1 for Taft. Vogel with the pistol now. Elmore gets the carry right up the middle. He goes, and he'll get the first down into Eagle territory, brought down at the 48-yard line.
We're at 6:34 and counting down here in the second quarter with a 21-7 lead for the Eagles.
And the Eagle defense trying to hold strong with 6:21 left in the second quarter. This is a drive that started at the 25-yard line for Taft. They're at midfield now at the 49 in Eagle territory, 48 in Eagle territory. Vogel with the handoff. The Eagle defense was on him, and Elmore's trying to escape that run blitz and is unable to, gets back just to the line of scrimmage. The 48, Morris, there was almost an Eagle man there for the handoff.
Number 24, Ricardo Martinez, was right there. And I mean, they barely got that handoff off.
And as we've seen, they've had trouble with the handoff today, have the Taft Raiders on offense. So the Eagles saw stars there. 5:37 left in the second quarter. Vogel busted play, was looking for a man in the backfield, now has to throw it, and it's intercepted at the 35-yard line, still with the ball in midfield. He's going to go all the way, nothing but green in front of him, looking to escape a tackler, and is finally brought down at the 15-yard line. Number 7 with the interception, Jorge Martinez with the coverage, and the Eagles are in business on the Taft side of the field at the 18-yard line.
Ruben, that had trouble written all over it, didn't it? You had him on a broken play, rolling out, trying to throw on the run to the opposite side of the field, hung it out there, and our defensive back just timed it perfect.
A great job of that Eagle defense on the coverage over on the far side of the field. Eagles will take over at the Taft 18-yard line now with 5:19 left in the second quarter, leading 21-7. Javier Barrera from the shotgun moves a man in motion. That's Zeke Banda coming to the near side. The handoff, though, is to Luis Flores. Tries to turn the corner around right end, and he'll get a yard to the 17.
Eagle offense diversifying the run a little bit. They're keeping Luis Flores away from the center. Now they're running him, trying to get him around the ends.
2nd and 9 coming up for the Eagles. Now a little bit slower in their execution, not coming up to the line as quick as they had before. And when you've got a 21-7 lead, that's how you want to play. The clock is your friend, as they say. There's 12 seconds left on the play clock here before the Eagles come to the line of scrimmage. The Eagles still have all 3 of their timeouts left in this first half. Barrera in the shotgun, 2 receivers on either side, and Luis Flores on his right. Here comes the blitz right up the middle. Barrera rolls right. He's got room at the 10, bounces right at the 5, leaps into the end zone, and they're going to say he's out of bounds at the 1.
He took that leap right at the end to the pylon and just barely missed it as Barrera found the hole going to the right side, and then had a pretty nifty move at about the 5.
The defense was keyed in on Luis Flores, and that allowed Javier Barrera just enough room to get out on the right side. 4:24 left in the second quarter, and the Eagles again are knocking on the door. They have a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
Is he going under center here?
He looks like he'll stay in the backfield, but in the pistol formation. High snap. He's got to bring it down for Luis Flores, who's going to get caught in the backfield at the 3. Is this a fumble?
Gosh.
I think Taft has come away with the ball. They have on a fumble there. You mentioned it once before. A high snap kind of messes with the rhythm of the play.
The whole timing, and then by the time you You're just trying to make the best of it. I didn't see the fumble, to be honest with you. And he must have been stripped because he was standing straight up because of having to take the handoff high.
So a turnover apiece in this game. The Eagles give it back on the fumble, but the Eagle defense is in good position here with Taft at the 2-yard line.
Key here is not to let anybody get behind you with 4:17 left here before the end of the half.
Taft at the 2, literally with the goal line at their back. And Taft is having trouble getting lined up here. Vogel's about 4 yards deep in the end zone. Elmore is on his right. Motion. It's a keeper by Vogel. Almost brought down. He will be brought down in the end zone for a safety. Is that Damasi number 6? Is that number 9?
Looks like number 9.
Number 9 with the safety. That's Christian Damasi. That is exactly who that is. Coming up big again. 2 more points on the scoreboard for the Eagles. Makes the score 23-7. Partner?
Well, let me tell you what, in that situation, it looked again like a broken play pretty much, but he figured he could get out of the end zone, but such a great tackle by Damasi in the end zone. I mean, he latched onto him, and he was determined to bring him down.
We mentioned it pre-snap. Vogel was taking the snap about 4 yards deep in the end zone, and you said it, there was a timing issue. Vogel did good to escape the first tackler, but Damasi, very short tackle there inside the end zone. And the Eagle defense with an interception and then a safety is doing great here tonight. 4:10 left in the second quarter, and the Eagles will await this free kick after the safety.
Despite the fact that they turned the football over, knocking on the door, Eagles, Eagle defense comes up big, and they still walk away with points.
23-7 is the score. Again, it looked like a very different ball game to start as the Eagles, with 10 seconds run off at the start of the game, were already down 7-0, but 23 unanswered by the Eagle offense, and those 2 points added by the Eagle defense here. Pepe Hernandez and Sebas Velasquez are standing at about the 30-yard line. This is usually a free kick after a safety, but it'll be kicked off from the 20. Number 41, Sean Kalauner with the kickoff. It's on its way. It's headed towards Sebas Velasquez. He's going to field that at the 25 and look for some room. Heads to the middle of the field. Now tries to turn the corner. He's got room there. 45 midfield into Taft territory at the 40 before being pushed out of bounds. No flags back here.
Well, we have a flag there.
Oh, there it is at the 34 or so. Usually when you get a return like that, you look for some flags.
The clip.
And it looks like it's coming back for the Eagles.
It is. It's such a fine job by him returning that. He very, nonchalantly made the catch. Then looked at what was in front of him, where his blockers were going, and took off to the far side of the field and cut the corner.
So,
they're talking about this. What could they be talking about?
There is a huddle there with the umpire and the referee and one of the judges, and we'll see what the call is from our referee this evening. 3:59 left, by the way, here in the second quarter.
He's picking it up, isn't he?
I think they are.
Oh.
So they're going to pick it up, and the Eagles will start this drive at the Taft 32-yard line.
That surprised me, because of the location of the flag, on the field. You'd think there was something there. And then they talked about it and said, guess what? Maybe it's not what I thought I saw.
3:59 left. The Eagles looking to add some more points on the board here before halftime. Barrera takes the snap. It's a handoff to Flores. Bounces right. Has room at the 25. Gets upended as he nears the yard to get for a first down. He'll get exactly 10 yards to the 22, and they'll move the chains. First down for the Eagles.
The presence of mind of Luis Flores to get hit and then he gets upended, but he's still stretching forward.
We mentioned that Luis Flores scored 4 touchdowns last week against the Mavericks and has already scored 1 here rushing and 1 receiving.
The Eagles are taking the play clock all the way down to under like 5 or 6 seconds every time.
Working with the clock. Here's a keeper by Barrera, rolls right, looking into the end zone. They've got double coverage again over there on Pepe Hernandez. I think the Taft defensive backs have learned their lesson. Every time we've looked up the past couple of times, Pepe Hernandez has been bracketed by Raider defensive backs.
Not only that, but you see Barrera, I think we got a flag over here.
Oh, there's an illegal man downfield, and it'll go against the Eagles. It'll cost them 10 yards. Ball will go back to the 27-yard line.
I was saying that Barrera's confidence is he kind of feels he can throw it up there, and the Eagle receivers, especially Pepe Hernandez, is going to come down with it.
The score from Uvalde with 19 seconds left in the first half. Coyotes up 21-7 on the Mavericks. 3:11 left here in the first half. Barrera looks left. Now he's got to eat the ball because of the pressure. Lets it go. He's got to be careful. Little miscommunication there with Zeke Banda as he was looking there. But the Taft defense, Morris, was on him quickly there.
He threw that ball with a Taft Raider hanging on to him. And then, like you said, he had to be careful because he threw it over here to the near sideline.
Another ineligible man downfield call. That's 2 in a row against the Eagles. And it'll push them back some more. Now it goes back to the 32-yard line, another 5 yards. And it's going to be a 1st and 20 from there.
Maybe just setting it up for a pass in the end zone.
Perhaps. As long as it keeps being first down, the Eagles have a full set of downs to work with here on a 1st and 20. Barrera with the keeper, tries to bounce right, now cuts back upfield. He's got a little room there before being brought down as he reaches the 25. He's brought down to the 26, a gain of 6 yards there. It's going to make it a 2nd and 14 now for the Eagles.
Barrera just kept moving and churning until he finally found a small hole to get in and get some yardage.
The Eagles are going to have the ball on the right hash mark in Taft territory at the 26-yard line. And as you mentioned before, we've got 2.5 minutes left. The Eagles still have all 3 of their timeouts left in the first half, but they are running the clock down. Taft will start with the ball in the second half. So the Eagles want to make sure that they need no time on the clock here after they score. Luis Flores with the catch at the 25, at the 20, cuts upfield at the 10, and in for the Eagle touchdown. A swing pass caught by Luis Flores.
We got an official over here that's walking over to no flag, though. So did he step up? Did he see him step out of bounds?
I'm not sure what's the side official here called him touchdown.
Oh, there's a flag. We hadn't seen the flag down here. Or did he just drop it?
Oh, there's a flag. Now, I hadn't seen that. Looks like a hold as Flores was turning the corner down here. Flores caught that ball in the backfield on a little swing here to the near side and then took off running.
I could have swore there was no flag there.
I really hadn't seen one.
Unless he forgot to drop the flag.
Could be. In any case, the ball is at the 29
That's
now.
what the Eagle coaching staff's asking about.
Yeah, that penalty is from the spot of the foul.
Right.
And the ball is at the 29, and it's still a 2nd and 17 for the Eagles after the penalty. 2:10 left in the second quarter. High snap for Barrera. Looks to the right side. It's caught in the backfield there and dropped quickly is the receiver number 21, Victor Melgoza. And Melgoza, no room to run, a loss of a bunch of yards. And Taft now defensively with 2 minutes left is going to call a timeout because the Eagles have a 3rd and very long
17
when we come back. It's going to be 3rd and more than that. We're waiting for the scoreboard here to change. We're going to take a quick break. 2 minutes left in the action here. Eagles lead 23-7. We'll be right back. It's left in the first half. Eagles have a 23-7 lead, and they have a 3rd and 25 from the 37-yard line. Barrera in the shotgun. He's going to move Zeke Banda here to the near side in motion pre-snap. There's the snap. Barrera drops back, lets the pass go. He's got Sebas Velasquez, and it's intercepted at the 9-yard line. Still on his feet as a return man, still returning the football at the 35. He'll be brought down at the 43-yard line. Number 2, Miles Major, with the interception and the return.
You know what they're claiming there is when they made the tackle, before he went down, I thought I saw the Eagle tackler wrestle the ball away from him. But
that's what it looked like. They did call Major down, though.
Okay.
Down here at about the 42-yard line. I think that's what Coach Roger Olivas was asking about over on the far side of the field, but they're going to say that Taft returned that all the way after the interception to the 37. They'll start from there with 1:46 left here in the first half. A bit of a momentum swing here. Vogel with the quarterback keeper up the middle. He goes. There's a flag on the play, and Vogel is brought down after a gain of only about 3 yards at the 40.
I would venture to say that that's a hold, but we've been surprised before.
It is in that area, and that is indeed the call. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and so they'll bring that back to the 27.
You know, if you're the Eagle defense here, you play preventive. You got to make really sure nobody gets behind you here with 1:37 left.
Got to make sure to protect that back end in the Eagles secondary. Quick pass here by Vogel. It's caught by Foster at the 30, and Foster goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. 5-yard gain. The clock does stop as Vogel went out of bounds, and it does so with 1:27 left.
But 22 for the Eagles. Tyler Rodriguez wrapped him up and spun him out of bounds.
1:27 left, and Taft trying to get some points on the board here before the end of the half. Eagles have a 23-7 lead. Vogel takes the snap, rolls left. He'll look downfield, lets the pass go. It's caught at the 48-yard line and brought down at midfield is the receiver, David Aguirre. Is that 18 or 17 who caught the pass? 17. That's Kenyon Skelton with the reception, his second reception of the game. And Skelton gets to near midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a first down for Taft there. Quickly to the line come the Raiders. Vogel again, this time rolling right, looking for some running room. Doesn't know whether to throw it or keep it. He does have to eat it, and it's a 1-yard sack back to the 48. Good job by the Eagle defense there of staying on Vogel.
Number 6, Anthony Paniagua. Number 15, Caleb Salinas. Really stayed on him, and were able to make the tackle.
Taft has taken their second timeout of the half. Both the previous one was on defense when they were trying to hold the Eagles in the previous drive. This one here on offense, Taft will come together. You mentioned it earlier. Even in situations like this, not much of a downfield passing game for Taft. Vogel keeps throwing, left and right. There's been a couple of passes downfield, but for the most part, it's an offense that likes to take you wide, it looks like.
Oh, yes, and we're looking at Taft with what do they have? One timeout left?
One timeout left for Taft here in the first half. 23-7 is the Eagle lead. Again, a game that started in shocking fashion for the Eagles. They were down 7-0 with 10 seconds off the clock to start this game, but they have been able to make a comeback. Vogel with a 2nd and 11, drops straight back to pass, looking left. Now he's going to keep it right up the middle of the field. Here he goes, but the Eagles are on him, and he gets past midfield to the 48 in Eagle territory, but he's going to have a 3rd and about 7 to go there. More importantly, the clock is ticking under a minute now, 42 seconds, and Taft is choosing not to use their final timeout yet. Vogel will be in the shotgun, 2 receivers on either side of the formation on a 3rd and 7 for Taft. He'll drop straight back, looking right. That's where the pass goes. It's caught by Foster at the 40 and out of bounds at the 39-yard line, so the clock does stop, and it's a first down for Taft.
First down with 27 seconds left, and Eagle defense here again, having to make sure that they're going to bend, but they're trying not to break.
Absolutely, especially with 27 seconds left. Taft still has 39 yards to go to find the end zone. We did notice that the kicker, Sean Kalauner, before the game was hitting about 35-yard field goals, so they might be trying to just get him in the area for that. That pass is incomplete. There is a flag here,
Oh my
and that's going to
gosh.
be, I think, an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Or a late hit.
Well, Vogel was already out of the pocket. I don't think anyone hit him. It's going to be, it's going to be a hold against Taft down here at about the 45-yard line. It'll cost them 10 yards and 21 seconds showing on the clock now in the first half.
So is that the same flag? It is the same flag.
I think they
right?
both threw it for the same thing. So the ball's going to end up back here at the 49-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and 20 from there for Taft. Ball on the near hash mark. Vogel in the shotgun with two receivers on either side of the formation, and Elmore on his left. Elmore stays in for pass protection. Vogel looking for some running room, but he's going to be brought down from behind. Good job there by the Eagle defense. Vogel's able to get back to the 48. A gain of only a yard, and I think it's going to force Taft. Nope, Taft will elect to not use their timeouts, I don't think, anymore. Now they're called timeout with 2 seconds left on the clock. That was a little funny, partner, don't you think?
Well, he was going to let it run out, and then all of a sudden, guess what? I'll take one more play.
Well, he didn't want to go into halftime with all his timeouts in his pockets, did head coach for the Taft Raiders. Ricky Stade, the head coach here. And we've got 2 seconds on the clock. And now the Eagles really kind of need to play some prevent, maybe make sure that nothing gets behind them. Keep everything in front of you, right? And make sure that you tackle securely more than anything, whoever ends up with the ball.
You will probably see the Eagles spread the defense here and even drop some defensive linemen, I believe, back, especially their linebackers. When you look at it here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back there. Look at the 3 receivers over here.
All bunched up, little diamond formation down here at about midfield for Taft. 2 seconds left in the first half, and you'd think that Vogel is just going to heave this as far as he can. There go the receivers streaking downfield. Vogel eludes the pressure. He can't, I don't think, throw it from there. That's past the line of scrimmage, and they've got to be careful down there. It's an incomplete pass, but there were some Taft men who had the ball down there. There's the flag. I think Vogel was past the line of scrimmage when he let that go.
I agree with you. I think that's what's going to happen. But, boy, that sure was dangerous, wasn't it? Because we had at least 3 red jerseys down there, of course, with a lot of white around them.
That is the end of the first half. That penalty was on Taft, and so the Eagles come away without any further points being scored against them there at the end of the half. 23-7. Partner, your impression from the first half?
Well, we shaky start. We were they surprised us on that high kick when they kicked it off, and we didn't really defend that very well, and they recovered it. And in one play, they were in the end zone. So it was 7-0 with 10 seconds off the clock. But the Eagles, both offensively and defensively, I think they came back. They reacted. They showed, a lot of class. And, they didn't bend to the pressure.
So good job by the Eagle offense, one, of coming back, relying on all of their weapons, and the Eagle defense with an interception and then a safety coming up big in that first half. On behalf of our partners at Universal Media Connections, here are their sponsors: Sangar Furniture, La Villita Tortilla Factory, Maverick Auto Glass, Border Federal Credit Union, Stat Emergency, Texas Diamond Garage, Jad Harper, Saritas Tortilla Factory, Joe Ruiz, Lorena Mello, State Farm, Choch's Barbecue, and United Medical Center. And on behalf of Eagle Pass Sports Center, we want to thank our sponsors throughout the season: Ancira Ford of Eagle Pass, Brown Chevrolet of Eagle Pass, and Choch's Barbecue. Score here 23-7. You're going to see the mighty Eagle band down on the field. We don't know if you'll be able to hear them. We're in a sealed booth up here, but we'll try to turn the sound up in our booth here so that you can hear the mighty Eagle band if you are able to. 23-7 is the score. We're going to take a break during halftime. Thank you for joining us here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. We'll be back for the second half.
What was in my hair? Lo tiro. I didn't get it.
And now marching onto the field with 42 years of consecutive First Division wins at UAL marching contest, the Mighty Eagle Band. Tonight, the Mighty Eagle Band will be performing their 2024 UIL marching show entitled Rise by Carol Britton Chambers, featuring music from Borodin's Molovetsian Dances, Stravinsky's Firebird Suite, and Fire Within by Chambers. The band is under the field direction of head drum major Savannah Chapa and assistant drum majors Alexis Longoria and Luna Barreto. Color guard officers are Captain Camila Peña, co-captains Laura Guerrero, Angela Ramos. Guard of the week are Anaya Russell and Valerie Alvarado. And now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the Mighty Eagle Band.
The 50? imagine carrying those flags?
The Mighty Eagle Band is under the direction of Head Band Director Mr. David M. Solis. Assistant Band Directors are Corina Mesa, Martin Padilla, David Reyes, Maribel Lozano, and Arnaldo Menchaca Jr. Band Secretary is Mrs. Denise Rodriguez. Superintendent of Schools is Mr. Samuel Mijares, and High School Principal is Mr. Luis Huerta. The Mighty Eagle Band would like to thank the Mighty Eagle Band boosters for their continued support. We hope you enjoyed our show tonight. Thank you and good night.
back live with you here for the second half of action. We want to thank all of you joining us all the way from Galveston. Some folks have chimed in all across the state and all across the country, really, here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. The Eagles have a 23-7 lead. Here's the opening kickoff, fielded at the 20 by Foster. He'll take it all the way down here to the near side. And at about the 28-yard line, Raymond Foster will be brought down, and that is where Taft will begin. And, partner, you said something very crucial right before we came back on the air here.
Well, it's this series of downs is important. It's important that the Eagle defense, Taft getting the ball first. They did a really good job there of the punt kickoff coverage, really stringing him out.
We'll see how the Eagle offense, or the Eagle defense, rather, opens up here in the second half. Vogel in the shotgun. Here's a keeper by him. He's got room up the middle, and he gets tripped up as he reaches the 38, about a yard shy of a first down. Number 15, Kyler Salinas. Looks like Christian Damasi also in on that trip up there. But you mentioned it, Morris. You expect Taft to have made some adjustments at halftime, and we'll see how those play out here. 2nd and 1 for the Raiders here with 11:20 left in the third quarter. There's the snap, and it's a fumble snap again, and Vogel did a good job of just holding on to it while it kind of flip-flopped in his hands, but the Eagle defense was on him fast. Rodrigo Garcia and Anthony Paniagua there in the backfield.
That looked like a juggling act, didn't it?
It sure did. A loss of 3 yards on that.
Could have been very, very bad for the Taft Raiders.
Ball's at the 36, 3rd and 3 now. Here's the handoff to Foster, or rather to Elmore, Prometheus Elmore with the carry, and he's able to get a Taft first down to the 43-yard line.
Ruben, one thing that I find impressive is how well the Eagle defense has contained the Taft running game after that first play of the game.
They've bottled them up pretty well. Here's Vogel, quick pass, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 18, David Aguirre. Nothing doing there. Good coverage in the area there anyway by the Eagles, number 22 for the Eagles, Tyler Rodriguez, former Glass Falcon.
And also number 15, that's Caleb Salinas.
10:19 left in the third quarter. It's a 2nd and 10 after the incompletion from the 43. Aguirre's in motion in the back part of the field. It's a handoff, though, to Elmore, and Elmore finds some running room around the end there, and it gets into Eagle territory to the 49-yard line, still about 2 yards shy of a first down.
Partner, I'm sitting here thinking that if you remember when he was in, in elementary, you're getting old there.
Trevor and Tyler Rodriguez, the twins, proud Glass Falcons, class of 25 down there. 9:50 left here in the third quarter. Vogel is going to be in the shotgun with 2 men in the backfield along with him. It's a quarterback keeper looking for room up the middle, and he gets stood up and brought down. Good job defensively there by number 36 for the Eagles, Luis Velasquez, with a solo tackle.
Did a good job. He latched onto him and didn't let him go until he brought him down.
That's good enough for a first down, as they were just a couple of yards shy on the last play. And so from the 47 now, Taft has a first down. Vogel rolls to his left. Skelton with the catch, gets past one receiver, and then is able to get good enough yardage for another Taft first down. And we're seeing them a little bit better quick strike here, too, partner.
It's a faster tempo, working the sidelines with a really good combination of runs and passes.
They're at the 38 now in Eagle territory, and Vogel is spreading the ball around. They made the whole line jump, and on a quick little toss back to Elmore. There's a flag down here. I don't know if that's going to be the offsides on the Eagle defensive line.
Both sides. That you would think it's offsides on the Eagles because they let the play continue.
We'll wait to get the call from the referee. Looks like that's what it's going to be. an offsides call on the Eagles. It's 5 yards. And it's a first down now. The ball will be at the 28. Vogel rolling right. He's got a man open downfield.
Oh my gosh.
And the coaches
no.
that's a very late flag from the very back of the secondary. The near official did not, the line judge didn't call that pass interference. But the official, what do you want to say about 15 yards down?
22, Tyler Rodriguez was there just as the ball got there. And, I think there was a little coaching from the Taft coaching staff over here that bought that late flag.
That interference call is going to go against the Eagles, and it's going to put Taft inside the 30 at the 28.
I'd have to question his angle on the play.
Yeah, from way back there, you'd think that the near official had a better look at that. In any case, it's a first down for Taft after the penalty. 8:54 left here in the third quarter. Vogel's in the pistol formation, 3 men at the top side of the formation. It's a handoff to Elmore. Elmore slips up, and there to fall on top of him is Caleb Salinas.
The next 2 or 3 offensive plays are going to be really critical here for the Eagle defense, with the Raiders almost in the red zone.
Ball remains at the 26-yard line. It's a 2nd and 10 from there for Taft. 24-yard line. Check that. Here's a keeper by Vogel, still on his feet, confused the Eagle defense, and inside the 15, he goes to the 14-yard line. That should be good enough for a Taft first down, but we'll see if they move the chains. He's just a little short. So 3rd and 1 now from inside the 15 for Taft. 7:48. The Eagles have not had the ball yet in this second half. Taft, a drive that started back at their own 29, still knocking on the door. The quarterback keeper here by Vogel. He'll get the yardage needed for a first down. Looks like they're going to bring him down at the 12. But it is good enough for a Taft first down from there. And we see that Taft offense now, Morris, changing things up. Little quarterback run, some pass plays, some runs to the running back. 7:22 left in the third. Eagles do have a 23-7 lead, but Taft in their opening drive of the second half is coming on strong. Here's the handoff to Isaiah Delgado, and Delgado is able to get good yardage inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, a 4-yard gain there on the carry.
And you were right on it when you're saying that they made some adjustments at halftime, and they've come up. We do have an Eagle down at about the 6 or 7-yard line.
The Eagle training staff will come down to take a look, and he's able to get up on his own. That looks to be number 25, Fabricio Ruiz.
We kind of want to hope that that's sort of like a cramp or something. He's able to step on it as he's walking off on his own power.
Walking off a little gingerly, but none the worse for wear. Looks like perhaps a cramp. It is breezy, but a little warm and muggy outside. We had the opportunity to be out on the video deck at halftime to watch the mighty Eagle Band.
Nice view from there, huh?
It's a very nice view from the video deck here. These are really amazing facilities here at the complex, Dub Ferris Stadium, and we've got the natatorium off to our right, and then the arena off to our left, where someone you know had a volleyball game a little while ago.
My granddaughter, Madison Lipson, plays for O'Connor. They upset Harlan tonight.
and she's got a bright future ahead of her on the volleyball court. 6:57 left here in the third quarter. Vogel from the pistol takes the snap, tosses it back to Elmore. Elmore is unable to turn the corner. He stood up there at the 8, the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a 3rd and 7 now.
Number 3, Rodrigo Garcia was there, stood him up, and
Garcia was giving up some height and weight there, but as you mentioned, was able to hold firm while the cavalry came in. 6:26 left now in the third quarter. We want to thank all of you joining us from Eagle Pass and places beyond, all around the state and all around the country. Here's a keeper by the quarterback, and he's brought down by number 36 for the Eagles. That is Luis Velasquez with the tackle, and that's a big tackle.
a big tackle, 4th down now, and it looks like you would expect Taft would, well, maybe not go for it. They're gonna try a field goal. They've got the wind to their back.
We saw Sean Kalauner here pregame hit these from about 35, so this is a 25-yard field goal attempt. It's through the goalposts and good. So long drive for Taft, but a good job by the Eagle defense of limiting it to 3 points. 23-7 now is the score with 5:40 left. 23-10 rather is the score with 5:40 left in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. .540 left in the third quarter, and we can hear the coach, the Eagle coaches in the booth right next to us, making sure that everyone is ready for the possibility of a short kick or an onside kick. This one is going to go out of bounds on the near side. The penalty flag should be thrown here. There it is down there at about the 21. And that's going to be good starting field position after that kickoff penalty for the Eagles. 23-10 is the score now. 5:40 left, and with over a quarter gone by, the Eagle offense is going to get the ball for the first time here in the second half.
The ball here, and they're going to have to keep sustaining a drive. For you Maverick fans, it's 21-7 at halftime. Uvalde leading the Mavericks.
Eagles will start at their own 30 with 5:40 left in the third quarter. Ball will be on the near hash mark. We want to send a shout out to the Juarez girls listening back in Eagle Pass. They're always faithful viewers and listeners of us here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. Javier Barrera will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers on either side. Luis Flores on his right. Comes to the near side. Ball too tall there for Sebastian Velasquez, and you've got to be careful now because the clock stops. You're at 2nd and 10, and you do not want to give Taft any room, any wiggle room to mount a comeback.
Especially not having to punt against. There's a nice wind, behind against in the face of the Eagles here.
2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Ball on the near hash mark again at the 30. Barrera with the handoff to Luis Flores, and he's going to get stood up in the backfield. He'll lose 2 yards to the 28, and it's going to be a 3rd and 12 now for the Eagles.
Number 11 there for the Taft Raiders, Angel Hernandez, who obviously is going both ways, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. actually playing 3 different ways. I think he's on special teams as well. 5:10 left in the third quarter as the clock continues to tick. The Eagles have a 3rd and 12 looking to convert here. They had some good third down conversions in the first half, looking to pull out some magic here. Here come the blitz from both sides. Barrera under pressure, rolling right, still looking downfield. Now he's going to have to keep it, and he'll be escorted out of bounds over on the far side at the 35. So a good gain there, but not enough for a first down, and on comes the punting unit for the Eagles.
Taft defense there did really good. They knew exactly where he had to get to, and they, like, just like you mentioned, they didn't even try to hit him over there on the far sideline. They sort of like escorted him out of bounds.
And this is worst case scenario if you're the Eagles. You haven't had the ball long. 3 and out when you do get it on offense. Not a lot of time went off the clock here. And as you mentioned, Frausto's now going to be kicking into a very stiff wind as Foster awaits this kick at the 30. High up in the air goes the kick. It'll bounce on Taft in Taft territory and will be finally downed at the 42-yard line. And now the Eagle defense, which didn't get a lot of time to rest over on the sideline, Morris is going to have to come back out and face this Taft offense again.
You know, the first 2 plays here from scrimmage will be really, really important. If you could have the Taft offense, go to a 3rd and long, that will be something really great.
They've got to keep their eye on the backfield on that exchange between Vogel and Elmore. It's been dicey, and Vogel's been keeping it as of late. Here's another quarterback keeper on the right side of the line, and Vogel's still on his feet, gets tripped up as he reaches midfield. He's down at the 49, a yard shy of the first down, but Taft has found something with these quarterback runs in the second half.
They found something up the middle there. Maybe we're overplaying a little bit, and the Eagle defense is going to have to adjust that.
2nd and 1 for Taft now in the pistol formation with Elmore behind Vogel. 4:05 left in the third quarter. Eagles clinging on to a 23-10 lead. The snap, quick pass, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Foster, and he had a little room, a little cushion there to run if he had caught that pass. Lucky for the Eagles that he did not. Brings up a 3rd and 1.
You might say he heard footsteps, as we like to say.
I think so. Or was looking to run downfield before he had a good control of that, had his eyes downfield already. 3rd and 1, big, important down here for this Eagle defense, seeing if they can stop Taft from converting. It's a quarterback keeper. Vogel has blockers in front of him and is now in an open field at the 35, at the 30, 25, 20. Rushing down the far sideline and in for the touchdown, a 49-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Tucker Vogel. And Taft is mounting a comeback here into third quarter, 23-16 now. The score with 3:43 left in the third.
And exactly what we were, not wanting to happen, as they're able to put 6 points on the board.
Low snap on the kick, but it is up and good from number 36, Alex Jen. And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game here. 23-17 is the Eagle lead with 3:43 left in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back. 3:43 left in the third quarter, and you've got to be careful again for an onside kick. You're pointing out the formation to us, Morris. There goes a kick here to the near side. Sebastian Velasquez is going to fair catch that. Good job of being sure-handed there by Sebastian Velasquez. Eagles are going to start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles have had the ball in this half for 3 downs, right? And didn't take very much time off the clock. You need a grinding, steady drive here with 3:43 left in the third half to get some of that momentum back that Taft has got.
The other situation here is that we rely on a very diversified mixture of passes in the running game. So you have to be sure you complete your passes.
Barrera in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the top side. The handoff is to Luis Flores. He's got room at the 30, 35. If he can outrun people, he's got Green in front of him, but he's tripped up as he reaches midfield, and he is in Taft territory to the 49.
He had 2 red jerseys to outrun, and they converged on him and were able to bring him down in Taft territory at the 49.
And this is exactly what the doctor ordered here, as the Eagles were on their heels to open the second half. Now maybe they'll establish a little bit of a rhythm here offensively and grind some clock down into third quarter. 3:10 left for now. Eagles up 23-17 and looking to get some more distance. Here comes the blitz, and they're going to get Barrera in the backfield. That blitz came from the left side, from everywhere, from both sides. And when you've got a play action called like that, against that type of blitz, it's difficult to do much of anything. It's going to be a sack all the way back to Eagle territory now at the 47. 2nd and 14 for the Eagles. Here comes the pressure again. They've got to snap the ball, and now there's all kinds of movement. If that ball had been snapped when the Raiders came across the line, it would have been a free 5 yards. What happened instead was that the Eagle receivers on that side, on the far side, flinched, and so it's going to cost the Eagles 5 more yards to the 42 now, and it's going to be a 2nd and 19. But you see the strategy defensively, right? They're showing blitz, and they're coming hard after Barrera.
And, Barrera did a really good job in the first half of handling that. Sidestepping, throwing from in the pocket with, players hanging on to him.
The other thing you worry about with the kind of takeoff they're having is that if they've clocked your snap count a little bit. Here they come. Eagles setting up a screen. Barrera's going to have to bring it down and run it himself, and he'll gain no yards back to the 42. But now, again, with 2:08 left in the third quarter, the clock stops because Barrera went out of bounds. So with 2:08 left in the third quarter, the Eagles are going to have a 3rd and 19.
We need a big play here to get us a first down.
The Eagles did it a couple of times in the first half. They had a 3rd and 11 that they converted over on the far side of the field. Zeke Banda came up big. They've got to get some of these receivers involved. Pepe Hernandez over on the far side of the field has a lot of room, a lot of cushion, but of course it is a 3rd and 19, so the Eagles have to push this far down the field, and Barrera has to have time. It's a 3-man rush. Barrera steps up, lets the pass go. Oh. Lots of jostling down here at the 30, and they throw the flag, a pass interference, more than likely as Sebastian Velasquez was locked up with number 4, Quincy Harper. And they've thrown the flag here on a pass intended for Velasquez, and it is a pass interference called against Taft. Clock stops with 2:01, but the Eagles have a fresh set of downs. That's what you're looking for in that situation.
Yes, we do. And the important thing is we did get one-on-one coverage on that. Because why? Because they were worried about Pepe Hernandez on the far side. They had shifted their defensive backs the other way.
They've been bracketing Pepe Hernandez ever since he burned them a couple of times early in the first half. And that's opened the field for people like Zeke Banda and Sebastian Velasquez to do some damage. This ball now is back in Taft territory after the penalty at the 43. And the Eagles will go from there with 3 men in the backfield, 2 blockers on the right side of the line. Barrera, quick pass. He's got Pepe Hernandez open and in and out of the hands at around the 10-yard line. Nothing doing there. Good coverage on that side of the field by Ivan Lee.
One of the few times that, Pepe Hernandez gets his hands on a football, and, of course, there was contact right as the ball got there. But a well-thrown pass by Barrera, though.
Very well thrown into a wind across the field. And Pepe Hernandez very nearly made a circus catch and came down with it, but Lee was there to disrupt. 1:53 left in the third quarter. Eagles have a 2nd and 10 now. There's 4 seconds left on the play clock, and the play is not in yet. They're going to have to call a timeout. The play clock is at zeros and has been for a while. No flags thrown. And the play clock is at zeros, and Taft keeps saying, hey, there's a delay of game now.
You had 2 defensive players going nuts down there and saying, hey, what's going on here? I would looking for the timeout, to be honest with you.
I think it got away from them a little bit there as they were trying to get the play call in. So now it's a 2nd and 15 with 1:53 left in the third quarter. Barrera's going to be in the shotgun with, it looks like, Melgoza in the backfield this time with him. There is the carry for number 31. That is Diego Melgoza, who had himself a good game, and this time gets brought down at the 49 for a loss of a yard. And it's a 3rd and 16 now for the Eagles. Diego Melgoza had 76 yards on 5 carries last week. This is the first action he's seeing in this game today. 1:25 left in the third quarter. 3rd and 16 for the Eagles. Let's see if they can get another conversion here. 3-man rush. Barrera rolls right. There's the pass. He's got Pepe Hernandez with a step on the defenders, and Pepe Hernandez comes down with the ball inside the 10 at the 8-yard line in triple coverage. The Eagles have a 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what a great catch. I mean, he went up and got it. He's just got an eye for the football. And there was actually literally triple coverage down there.
And give credit to Barrera for putting that right where he needed to, right in the bucket amongst those 3 defenders that were covering Pepe Hernandez. 50 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Eagles have a 1st and goal at the 8. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. There's a handoff to Luis Flores, who zips past the run blitz and is brought down shy of the 5 at the 6, a 2-yard gain there.
Had a Taft Raider grab onto one of his legs and just hold on for dear life before he got some help.
And Flores is going to come off the field. They're going to bring Diego Melgoza in. I think he might have a slight injury there from that tackle. The Eagles don't need to snap this ball again before the end of the third quarter. And so that will be the last play of the third quarter. We're going to switch sides of the field in a game that's gotten really good here. 23-17 is the Eagle lead, and they're knocking on the door for the start of the fourth quarter. We're going to be right back. Welcome back for the start of the fourth quarter. The Eagles have a 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line after that amazing catch by Pepe Hernandez put the Eagles inside the 10 on a 3rd and 19 conversion. Diego Melgoza is going to be in the backfield here with Javier Barrera. They'll have three receivers bunched up to the right of the formation, and Sebastian Velasquez split out all by himself to the far side, to the top side of the field on the left side of the formation. The officials haven't wound the clock yet to start the play clock. Of course, the game clock won't start until the ball is snapped. And they're still looking over to the far sideline, are Barrera and Melgoza, trying to get the play call in. The officials, now the clock is winding. And to start the fourth quarter, the Eagles looking to put this ball in the end zone. Barrera rolls to his right, looking down to see if he's got receivers open. Lets a pass go at the end, and it is intercepted 2 yards deep in the end zone. Barrera trying to make magic happen through across his body, and it was intercepted in the end zone, brought out to about the 5-yard line.
I thought there was a possibility that he may have stepped out of bounds out here.
Well, the Eagles are still on the field, and so I think you are right. They called Barrera out of bounds at the 5, and a lucky break there for the Eagle offense. The coaches down here for Taft nearly lost their minds after that call, but the Eagles have a 3rd and goal now from the 5, again of a yard, on the quarterback scamper. Barrera has Melgoza on his left. He's going to put Zeke Banda in motion across the formation. Quick pass to the corner of the end zone. Too tall. The fade route for Pepe Hernandez. The pass is incomplete, and on comes a field goal unit for the Eagles.
That was one time that the pass was just a little bit too tall for Pepe Hernandez to, climb up there the ladder and go get it.
So Lázaro Frausto is going to have an opportunity here for a 21-yard field goal attempt. Ball will be on the right hash mark. Frausto's a right-footed kicker. That'll help him there.
They're putting it at the 12. Is that the 12 or the 11?
It looks like at the 12 is where they're going to set it down. A 22-yard field goal attempt. Alex Ruiz, the backup quarterback, is the holder. There's the snap, the hold. The kick from Frausto is up and good. A 22-yard field goal gives the Eagles a little breathing room. 26-17 now is the score with 11:43 left in the ball game. We're going to be right back. $11:43 left in the ball game, and the Eagles, Morris, those are 3 big points. They've got a little breathing room now, and it's a two possession game again.
Big 3 points. We would have loved to have got 7, but 3 will do.
Frausto with the kickoff. It's a short one. It's going to be fielded at the 29-yard line. Fair caught there by, looks like number 16 for the Raiders, Gabriel Lechuga. The ball will be down at the 30.
Ruben, wants something else that's you could say in our favor is for this last fourth quarter, we've got the wind to our back.
That is correct. The Eagles are defending the north end zone, marching toward the south end zone, and you can see the Texas and the United States flags over to our right here, and it is a pretty stiff wind at the Eagles' back, and for Vogel, difficult to throw into a wind like that. Here's a keeper looking for some running room, and the Eagle defense stays home. Only a yard there on the quarterback keeper for Vogel.
They definitely decided that they were going to get Vogel to run with the football more in the second half.
We've seen him be the workhorse, really, for Taft here in the second half, and they're using number 5, Prometheus Elmore, as a decoy. Here comes Delgado in motion to the top side of the field. Quick pass by Vogel. It's caught by Skelton at the 35. And then he's able to get a first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. First down from there for Taft.
Little sideline passes, are keeping the Eagles honest, and the coverage on the corners is a little soft.
And of course, you always like to say when that happens, look for the deep ball downfield as the defense comes closer and closer. Here's Delgado again in motion. He'll be in the backfield alongside Vogel. He gets the carry this time. Delgado trying the left side of the line, and he's brought down after a gain of only a yard to the 42.
Initial contact there by number 48 for the Eagles. Really good defensive play by Gael Uyola.
10:40 left in the ball game, and Taft doesn't look to be in any particular hurry here. Nothing, not hurrying to the line, letting the clock wind down. Vogel will take the snap, looks left, pump fakes, looking downfield. Skelton's got room, and just out of reach. Skelton had a good 3-4 steps on his defender, streaking down the near sideline, and Vogel just wasn't able to put it close to him.
A little stop and go, and then just went down the sideline, exactly what we were talking about a few minutes ago. And we actually got lucky there.
We certainly did, as Skelton wasn't able to bring it in. 3rd and 8 now for Taft. Vogel will keep it himself, looking for room. He has it at 45 at midfield into Eagle territory, and finally steps out of bounds inside the 35 at the 33-yard line. And the Eagle defense, one of the few times this game where they haven't been able to quite stay home, and Vogel found the running room he needed.
And they're going on a hurry-up offense here.
Now Taft comes quickly to the line at the 33 in Eagle territory. Ball on the near hash mark. 2 receivers on either side of the formation for Vogel. Elmore in the backfield with him. 10-11 left in the third quarter. Vogel again with a pass downfield over the head of the intended receiver, number 20, Jonah Guerra, in the area. We haven't seen Guerra have much action at all in this game. 2nd and 10 now for Taft after the incompletion. And the clock stops as well with 10:07 left in the ballgame. Eagles have a 26-17 lead.
They're getting a lot of one-and-one coverages on the corners.
We'll see if Vogel's able to take advantage of that. This time he lets the pass go. No one in the area over at about the 15. He let that pass go just in time, too, before crossing the line of scrimmage. And it is a 3rd and 10 now for the Raiders.
Receiver curled in instead of going down the sideline.
Little miscommunication there on that throw. Over in Uvalde, the Coyotes are up on the Mavericks 27-13 in the fourth quarter. 10 minutes left in this ball game here. And a 3rd and 10 for Taft. That pass is through the hands of Delgado, who again had room and was all by himself there at the 18-yard line. And on the incompletion, it brings up a 4th down, and Taft will probably try to convert here and stay on the field.
First time that the Eagle defensive backs sort of looked at each other and said, "Hey, we messed up our coverage."
Yeah, Delgado was all by himself there in the middle of that zone,
and they realized that.
9:54 left, 4th and 10. Raiders looking to convert. Here comes the pressure. Vogel looking for running room. He can get those 10 yards in a hurry, but a great open field tackle at the 30-yard line there by number 9, Kristen DeMasi, who's had himself a heck of a game. And I think Vogel is hurt on that tackle. He got upended. DeMasi kind of went low to bring him down, and Vogel now is going to run off the field under his own power.
But he's got a slight limp there, so you kind of want to hope that it maybe was a cramp, but he stayed down or a hamstring maybe.
Maybe. I think he just got hit really hard, And, those, no matter how much padding you have, those hurt. And you're right, partner. He is reaching for his hamstring, though, so that might be there. Anyway, ball over on downs. And so the Eagles are going to take over at their own 31-yard line with 9:45 left. And a nice long drive here would be just what the doctor ordered to finish up this game for the Eagles. From the pistol this time, the handoff is to Melgoza, and he's got room right up the middle of the formation across the 35 to the 36-yard line, a 5-yard gain for him there. Again, Christian Melgoza last week had limited carries, but he really did something with it. Averaged 15 yards a carry last week, and getting the opportunity to play here after Luis Flores left, also looking a bit shaken earlier on in this half.
The Raiders are continuing to blitz the corners, and if we can, run by that blitz, we're going to be in good shape.
They've done that effectively. The last two possessions have the Eagles. Melgoza in the backfield again. He'll get the carry again. This time he's got contact at the line of scrimmage and is brought down there at the 36. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 now for the Eagles. 8:47 left in the game. The Eagles in no particular hurry to snap the ball here. Up 26-17.
But now it's a one-possession ball game here with only, the 26-17 lead.
3rd and 5. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Barrera does get the play off. Here comes the pressure, and that pass way over the head of Sebastian Velasquez, standing there about the 45. I think Barrera just really felt the heat coming on, partner. You mentioned those kind of pincer blitzes that are coming from the corners, and it got to them this time.
The Eagles going to have to punt this football away.
The wind is at Frausto's back, so you hope that he gets a little extra carry based on the wind. It's actually number 1 out there.
Yeah, that's.
Is that Pep Hernandez out there to punt?
Yes, Pep Hernandez.
It's a good punt by him.
Gosh.
Drives the returner all the way back inside the 20. That is Foster at the 40, at the 45, runs into his own man as he crosses the 45 and is brought down at the 47, better than the Eagle coverage team did. And you hear all the time about out-kicking your coverage. I think that's what happened in that case, is that the ball went so far back that the Eagle coverage team ran past Foster and he had all that room.
A great punt, but then again, a great return, though. So, he bought it out all the way to the 49-yard line.
Ball's at the 49 near midfield, and Taft will take over there with 7:58 left. The Eagle defense again being called upon to stop this Raider offense. Vogel looks this way. Catch made by Delgado at midfield and goes up the near sideline. Across inside the 45 to the 43. It'll be a 2nd and 1. They're going to spot that ball actually at the 38. At the 42, rather, is where they'll spot it. And it's a 2nd and 1 from there. That snap goes past Vogel, and Delgado, the only thing he can do on it is fall on it all the way back here at the Taft 37-yard line. A huge loss. Vogel wasn't ready for that, and that snap zipped right past the quarterback.
There was confusion on the line of scrimmage, and I don't know, there may have been some, verbal stuff that was said there that somebody thought was a snap count. But it's just what we needed.
We'll take it because it is a 3rd and 22 now for Taft back here at their own 37-yard line. Vogel drops back, no pressure in his face. Wide open is Delgado at midfield, and he's going to have a 1st down. Isaiah Delgado just sat right in the middle of that zone defense and then was able to get the 1st down all the way down here to the 36-yard line.
No, they had the miscue, and then all of a sudden, just a really, big play.
Vogel from the shotgun has two receivers on either side, and he's going to put Delgado in motion now to the top side of the field. Drops back to pass. Clean pocket. Now he'll pick it up himself, and he'll gain about 3 yards. They'll give him 4 yards to the 32.
We do have Vogel with a slight limp. So, there's obviously a hamstring or something that's bothering him.
That's right. Vogel was hurt on the last play of the previous possession for Taft from the shotgun now.
Oh.
And that snap never got off. The center just had to fall on top of it there. I'm not sure what happened, but the ball never got back to Vogel in the backfield. And now it is a 3rd and 6. I haven't seen that happen
ever,
probably ever, where the center just dropped that ball in between his legs. Vogel with the throw. Aguirre makes the catch at the 22. There's a flag down here thrown by the near lineman, and we'll see if that's a hold.
And the
that's an ineligible receiver downfield is what the indication is. We'll wait from the call. We'll wait for the call from the referee. It is indeed an ineligible receiver downfield for Taft. It's going to negate the completion and the first down.
You saw the Taft coach come stand right over the flag. The official had to, he wanted to tell him what he thought about that.
Well, if you were an official for a long time, you've got to go back and get your flag back, right? You got to go retrieve your flag. And if there's a coach in the way, it makes it hard. 5:34 left in the ballgame, 3rd and 11 now for Taft. Vogel drops back, looking left, lets the pass go into the end zone. Skelton is over there, and that is a touchdown. A 32-yard touchdown pass from Vogel to Skelton. And Taft now will have 6 more points on the board with a point after coming up, 26-23, and a big point after here, after that long touchdown pass. 5:24 left on the clock. Taft will just not go away. Here's Sean Kalauner for the point after attempt. It is through and it is good, and that is big because the Eagle lead now is down to 2 points, 26-24. That safety's coming in big now from the first half. 5:24 left to go in the ball game. Eagles clinging to a 2-point lead. We'll be right back. .524 left in the ball game, and we've got a tight one here. The Eagles with a 2-point lead, 26-24, and again, that safety from back in the first half coming in huge in this situation. Eagles have to be careful that this isn't an onside kick. It is a short one over to the far side of the field. It's going to be fielded by Zeke Vanda, who's got to pick it up off the ground all of a sudden. The Eagles are able to fall on top of it, but Zeke Vanda had it hit him on the chest. Good job there by number 16 for the Eagles. Ryan Ray to fall on top of it. There's a flag that flew in late towards the end of this kickoff, towards the end of the return. And it's a block below the waist against the Eagles, and it's going to cost them some more yards. The Eagles are going to have to start this drive at their own 12 with 5:19 left in the ball game. And the Eagles need to eat up some clock here in this drive.
Well, eat up some clock and sustain a drive.
Barrera will be in the shotgun with one receiver on either side and two men blocking for the halfback, Diego Melgoza, who puts up a stiff arm, gets around the corner, just about broke that if he had been able to. The clock will keep moving. Good job by Diego Melgoza of not getting out of bounds on the far side of the field. He's at the 16, a 4-yard gain.
Diego did a good job of bouncing off a tackle over there and, going over toward the sideline and not going out of bounds.
Very smart play. It keeps the clock ticking. Both teams have all three of their timeouts, so Taft can stop the clock here. 4:48 left in the ball game, and Taft isn't calling any timeouts. The Eagles are going to use all of the play clock available to them. Barrera in the pistol formation, takes the snap, the handoff to Melgoza, looking for some running room, is able to get maybe a yard to the 17, but that's about it. And it's going to be a 3rd and about 5 now for the Eagles.
And this is a critical 3rd down, to say the least, for Eagle Pass.
It's going to be important to see if Barrera can use his feet here to keep a play alive and maybe convert this on a 3rd and 5. 4:06 left in the ball game. The Eagles with a very important 3rd and 5. 3 receivers down here to the near side. Melgoza in the backfield with Barrera. Here comes the pressure. Free play as they came across the line. Barrera can only get rid of it, but that is going to be an offsides call on Taft, and it's going to give the Eagles a fresh set of downs.
Think so?
That guy was across before.
If this is against Taft and it's a 5-yard offsides, those are the 5 yards the Eagles need to get a first down. There is the offsides call, and it is exactly the yardage required.
The Taft coach was trying really hard to sell that call, wasn't he?
The Taft coach is very animated throughout this game.
So,
first down for the Eagles now at the 22 after the penalty. 3:49 left in the ball game.
What a big penalty, though, right? A little bit being too over-aggressive.
And smart by that center for the Eagles of snapping that ball once Taft had come across the line. Here's a quarterback keeper by Barrera. He's got room on the left side of the line, and he's able to make it all the way to the 28-yard line, a gain of 6 yards on a good quarterback carry there.
And the Eagles are keeping the clock running.
3:33 on the clock now.
Barrera with good yardage on first down.
Does a good job there. Still no timeout called from Taft. They've got all 3 of them. And they're depending on their defense here to get them off the field. Melgoza still in the backfield with Barrera, who's got 2 receivers on either side of the formation. This is Pepe Hernandez split out wide right here, nearest to us. Barrera again with the quarterback keeper. He's got room. Bounces it left now. He's got a first down. Streaking down the far sideline.
Look at him
Stays
go.
in bounds. Still on his feet and finally brought down at the 20-yard line. Inside the 20. They'll mark him down. At the 25 is where they'll mark him. But a huge run by Javier Barrera, tiptoeing down the sideline and staying in bounds.
They kind of expected him to sort of step out of bounds, and you're right. He just tiptoed that sideline on the far end. That's probably the play of this game.
Absolutely. They've switched field position here, and the Eagles now in Taft territory at the 25 with a 2-point lead, and Taft still not using those timeouts here as we have 2.5 minutes left in this ball game. Barrera awaits the snap. There it is. Keeps it himself. Looking for some running room. Gets inside the 20 now to the 19. A gain of 6 yards on that play. And it's going to be a 2nd and 4. And now Taft calls the first timeout here of the second half. With 2:19 left, Eagles are up 26-24. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. 2:19 left here in the ball game. And the Eagles with a 2nd and 4 from the 19-yard line. Again, Barrera with the keeper comes here to the near side. He's got to be careful to stay in bounds. He does, and quickly the Taft
Oh, no, they're stopping the clock.
head coach. Well, because the Taft head coach came down here to call their second timeout. Barrera lost a yard to the 20, and it's going to be a 3rd and 5 now. And Morris with 2:14 left on the clock. Taft is still in this. It's only a 2-point ball game, but ideally, you'd like to get it in the end zone. You'd like to get a touchdown here, make it unreachable,
or at least
for
get a
Taft.
first down here and keep working the clock. And what comes to your mind here with a 3rd and 5? A little hard count, maybe change your cadence.
It worked once before, right? We made them jump
Yeah.
off sides with a 3rd and 5 previously in this drive.
Yeah.
Also, after a series of runs from Barrera, maybe it's time for Diego Melgoza to get the ball. If they're going to key in on your quarterback, Melgoza has been able to find good running lanes. Here comes the Eagle offense back onto the field with 2:14 left in the ball game. The Eagles clinging to a 26-24 lead. Barrera with 2 men in the backfield as blockers on the right side and 1 receiver on either side of the formation. He's got Melgoza in the backfield. They've got a free play, I think, here. He puts it up in the air for Pepe Hernandez, and that's a touchdown. 2 yards deep in the end zone. Pepe Hernandez makes an incredible catch
Double coverage.
on a free play. I don't know what the Taft coaches are saying. Maybe that he came down with it out of bounds, and the Taft players are looking at the official.
And but nonetheless, the
There's the offsides call on Taft.
so what's happening there? Why is it not a touchdown?
And they're saying it's not a touchdown. They're calling that, I guess, that Hernandez came down out of bounds.
They had a free play on it then, right?
They did, but if they called it a touchdown, you get to take the touchdown and decline the offsides penalty.
Right.
But
But they did call it a touchdown. One official
They
called
did.
it a touchdown.
They have reversed that, but just as you called it, it's an offsides, 5 yards, and it gets the Eagles a first down.
And they can still get a first down without getting in the end zone.
And I don't know what the discussion still is here.
Let's see here. Now timeout.
The Eagles
The Eagles called it
now have called a timeout to kind of regroup after that confusion, after what we thought was a game-sealing touchdown for Pepe Hernandez. You got to give him credit, though. He really went up in the air in double coverage. And to be able to come down with that.
And came down with a football. And, I mean, it's just like I keep saying, he's just so amazing. And if the football's anywhere near him, he is going to come down with it.
He is a ball hound for the Eagles. 27-13 is still the score down in Uvalde. The Coyotes leading the Mavericks 26-24 rather, the score here.
And you know what's going on over there in the Eagle offensive huddle is, hey, first of all, hold on to the football. Don't get stripped. Second of all, don't go out of bounds if we don't get in the end zone. So all of that is what's going on over there with 2:09 left. And Taft still has 1 timeout left, the Eagles with 2.
2:09 left in the ball game. The Eagles have a first down here at the 15-yard line. Pepe Hernandez down here, split out wide right, and Barrera in the shotgun. It's a quarterback keeper. He's going to try to turn the corner on the far side of the field, and he'll get pushed out of bounds after what looks like a loss of about 3 yards to the 18.
And not what he wanted to do. He kind of got helped out of bounds over there. He wanted to really go down in bounds.
Here's some scores from around the Eagles and Mavericks region, Nixon beat LBJ 21-13. Bernie beat United 28-21. 2:01 left here in the ball game. Barrera from the pistol. Here's the handoff to Melgoza. Melgoza's got room up the middle and gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 15, where it'll be a 3rd and 10 now for the Eagles. And Taft has used its last timeout of the ball game with 1:56 left here. Some more scores from around the area. United South beat O'Connor 30-6.
Wow.
That's a final. Del Rio has beaten Warren 24-17. Bernie Champion beat Medina Valley. Medina Valley now in the Eagles district, 41-28. Alexander beat Gregory Portland, or is beating Gregory Portland in the fourth quarter, 23-6. Down in the Valley, where's our game that we picked? Looking for our game. What was our game? Harlingen against Harlingen South. Harlingen is beating Harlingen South 23-17 in the fourth
but
quarter.
that's still within 6 points.
Yeah,
huh?
still a tight game there. 1:56 left in the game here, and the Eagles have a very important 3rd and 10. You need to take care of the ball. No turnovers here. High snap for Barrera, is able to bring it down, and he gets gets away from one defender.
Got away from
Bounces off another one, and then is brought down inside the 10, inbound, so the clock will keep moving. Great job by Javier Barrera of evading all of those tackles.
He had one tackler latch on to one of his legs. He got away from that, went to the opposite side of the field. They tried to arm tackle him over there, and then had enough presence of mind to stay inbound.
The Eagles have a decision to make here now. Do you send out your field goal unit, or do you keep the offense on the field on a 4th and 4? It looks like the offense is staying on the field. Taft is out of timeouts. 1:14 left, and the Eagles will try here on a 4th and 4. The Eagles will wait till there is 1 second left on the play clock, and they will use their second timeout. We've got 63 seconds left in this ball game. The Eagles have a 26-24 lead, and when we come back from a quick break, we'll see what the Eagles decide to do. A minute, 3 seconds left, and the Eagle offense is back out on the field on a 4th and 4. Ball on the far hash mark. Javier Barrera in the shotgun. There's the snap. Looks left. Quick pass. And that pass is caught at the 1 yard line over on the far sideline by Diego Melgoza. I believe that's number 31 who made the catch. Could be 31, could be 21. In any case, the Eagles have converted, and they have a 1st and goal now at the 1.
And they drew up that play, threw it to somebody that they weren't expecting them to throw it at. And here we are inside the, 2 yard line?
They're at the 1, a 1st and goal with 57 seconds left. The clock stops because they move the chains, and Taft is unable to stop the clock. Barrera knelt that down, but the Eagles called a timeout before he was able to do that. I think they were afraid that the play clock was running down. Taft cannot stop the clock anymore, and so you imagine now that the Eagles, hoping to have victory in hand at their own 1 yard line. Now, you've got to be careful. there's no fumble or anything here that Taft can run back or anything like that. That's why I think a knee is a safe thing to do here. You don't want anyone burrowing into that line.
Or getting stripped.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what happens here. Is the Eagles it looks like they've got this well in hand.
52 seconds left. Taft cannot stop the clock. They're out of timeouts. And on a 1st and goal, Barrera, interestingly, still from that pistol formation, will receive the snap and kneel it back here at the 6, where it's going to be a 2nd and goal. 44 seconds left now.
It's about a 2-second, about a 2 or 3 second difference between the game clock and the.
So the Eagles do have to run one more play.
And they did right there.
And they might have to run another one as there's
No, I don't think so.
less time on the
there is
play clock than on the game clock. And that'll be it. The officials are not sticking around for that last snap. It is not needed. And the Eagles have come in to Dub Ferris Stadium here in San Antonio, and they will come away with a 26-24 victory. Moves them to 2-0 in the season. Partner, your thoughts on this ball game?
You look at the, how the game started. The Eagles keeping their poise and staying in the ball game, responding during that first half. The second half, Taft made great adjustments. They actually, you might even say they might have even won the second half. But I come to mind that the third and very long, and the catch down here in triple coverage that he went up and Pepe Hernandez went up and made the catch. That's most definitely a very important play in this ball game. And then Barrera, Javier Barrera down here, breaking that long run down the far sideline, and then staying down here in the red zone and doing well. So a 26-24 hard-earned victory for the Eagle Pass Eagles. But I think more important than that, what a great character builder for a young Eagle Pass Eagles team.
And the Eagles will get a couple of weeks to savor this victory. No game next week for the Eagles. They have an open date. The Mavericks will be up here in San Antonio next week against Southwest Legacy in a game that you and I will cover. Eagle Pass Sports Center will be right back here in San Antonio next Friday for that game between the Mavericks and the Southwest Legacy Titans. We want to thank you so much for joining us here today from Dub Ferris Stadium. Eagle Pass Sports Central, as always, bringing you all of the action. We want to thank our sponsors, Brown Chevrolet of Eagle Pass, Ancita Ford of Eagle Pass, Choch's Barbecue, where the prediction show will be this coming week. Join us on Thursday for the prediction show. And on behalf of Universal Media Connections, we want to thank their sponsors, Sangar Furniture, La Villita Tortilla Factory, Maverick Auto Glass, Border Federal Credit Union, Stat Emergency, Texas Diamond Garage, Jad Harper, Attorney at Law, Saritas Tortilla Factory, Joe Ruiz and Associates, Lorena Melo State Farm, Choch's Barbecue, and United Medical Centers. Final score from San Antonio, Eagles 26, Taft Raiders 24. For my broadcasting partner, Morris Lipson Jr., our audiovisual engineer, Cristina Valadez. My name is Ruben Valadez. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening.